Hey everybody, Meinke here from MLive.com. I'm in New Orleans where the Lions have, they've done it again. 7 wins in 8 weeks for this team now as they surge to 8-4 and continue to maintain control, total command really of the NFC North. But this game they did it very differently against the Saints than they have. They did it with a lot of defense, it's whole team effort. And I think there's a lot to like about this game outside of the spectacular play of Matthew Stafford. Just think back to the first month of the season, and if you were to say or take away Marvin Jones from the offense when he was leading the league in receiving, and you would have taken away Levy and Tahir Whitehead from the linebacker core from a defense that was struggling, you would have said the Lions had no chance in pretty much any game, and especially on the road, and especially against a team with the #1 offense. And yet the Lions allowed 13 points. That's a season low for the Saints. Matches a season low. The Saints are a machine on offense. Drew Brees is the most accurate, most prolific quarterback in the league, and the Lions didn't allow a touchdown until the fourth quarter. I think Terrell Austin and the entire defense deserves a lot of credit. They were opportunistic with some turnovers. 3 picks for Drew Brees. I'm not sure the last time that happened for him at home, but I know it's been a long time. It didn't happen this year. Glover Quinn, that toe tapper along the sideline. It was just unbelievable stuff, and you give him a lot of credit for that. But even outside of the opportunistic stuff, this team tackled well, it defended well, it didn't allow very many deep plays. There were a couple, but it's the league's best offense. Those things will happen. You have to give the defense a lot of credit for holding as tough as they did, particularly on third down. The rediscovery of the third down defense, I think, has been one of the most notable trends of this team over the past couple of months. And outside of the Matthew Stafford fourth quarter heroics, the ability of the defense to get off the field, it's right around 33% the last 5 weeks now. That's really spectacular stuff. And again, to do it against the Saints, you just can't say enough about that unit's rise and what it could mean for the Lions when you pair it with Matthew Stafford in the offense. Because Stafford is still playing well. This might have been Stafford's most well-rounded, best game of the year. I think it's interesting to note that he was sick today. Golden Tate said that Stafford told him this morning he was feeling ill, had some kind of head cold or something like that. And then he goes out there, Stafford does, and completes 16 of his first 17 throws, 13 in a row at one point. Just really, it just looked surgical. It looked clinical. It didn't look that hard. And I think that's one real interesting thing about this offense is that from week to week, there are no real superstars outside of Stafford. They're not relying on an Odell Beckham. They're not relying on one type of guy. If you lose a Marvin Jones, there's a Golden Tate to step up, or an Anquan Bolden, or a Theo Riddick, or whomever. And today it was T.J. Jones coming up with a huge third down catch. It was Andre Roberts had a few in there, and of course Golden Tate on the 66-yarder to ice the game in the fourth. What an impressive play and that was. And I think it's really interesting that it came on a play that was just put in recently. Matthew Stafford read a blitz and checked into the play. So the leadership and the recognition factor is there for Stafford. He's playing so smart right now, and he sees the blitz coming. He checks into a play that he knows the Saints haven't seen before, and Golden Tate's wide open. Stafford had a really bad angle on the throw because of the pressure. It didn't have a lot behind it, but Golden Tate was able to. He was so open. He was able to just stand there, basically wait for the ball to arrive. He kind of lost it in the lights, which is why he stood still, caught the ball, weaved through traffic, scored it. And that was basically the game. And it's just another all-around effort from the Lions, and their best all-around effort of the year. And I think if they continue to play this way, we're not talking about a team that can make the playoffs. We're talking about a team that should make the playoffs. We're talking about a team who at this point should win the division with that 2-game lead with only 4 to go, and you have 2 games at home. And you could be playing for a first-round bye, especially if you play like this against the Giants. If you play like this against the Cowboys, who knows what can happen? This team is capable of anything of that. I believe now at this point with Stafford, with the defense and some of the best special teams in the league, this team is for real, and they're about to play some very interesting football games in the month of December. For MLive in New Orleans, I'm Meinke.